I'm just going to quickly go through my process in which I'm able to try and find some of the answers to coding in Xcode or any programming language. So I've come up with a bit of problem. I've got a table view, and what I'm looking for is how once a cell is clicked on, how to load up a new view. So I've done a bit of a Google search, and what I included in my Google search was UI table view because that was the name of the element, and anything with load new view. So they were some of the other parameters, and I went through and I found a site. It was probably the third site I clicked on here, and it talks about navigating to the detail view. So this talks about when a row is selected, it loads up a new view, and that's exactly what I wanted. So one of the other things that I just did as well is I created a prototype. So I created a new app, but I just wanted to test it or get my head around or familiar with the code before I actually tried to implement within my application. So I created just a very simple table list that had some countries: Iceland, Greenland, Switzerland, Norway, New Zealand. And obviously when we create a table list or a table view, we have the list of items equals how many we had up here, so that specifies how many rows it will actually have. Then obviously you configure each cell to display the array at that specific index according to row. Obviously it starts at row 1, which would be array element 1, all the way until the end. Now the next bit of code here, which we haven't used before, and if you read the comments about it, says override to support row selection in the table view. And it says navigation logic may go here, for example, create or push another view controller. So they've actually got the code there that you can use if you uncomment it out, that will push another view controller. And I've previously created it, but all you need to do is just to fill in the name of your the class that is linked to the view controller. So I've got detail view controller. I'm calling it DV view controller, is just its variable name. I'm allocating it. I want to load up the actual nib, which is detail view is the nib controller. That is what I want to actually include. So I've got a couple of things, other aspects there. And if I build and run this, I can click on any one of the cells there and it loads up the next view. Now one of the things that from this site, and it was just an oversight that I did, was I accidentally left out animated yes. And this is another tip or trick that I've started to work out. So when animated yes is out there, it automatically crashes. Now that straight away caused a bit of frustration for myself. But it says UI navigation controller may not respond to push view controller. So one of the things that I then did was I did a Google search up here, UI navigation controller may not respond to push view controller. There it is there. So I automatically click on it, and up comes a forum where someone else has said that they've got the same problem. They've got this bit of code here, and it's actually not working. Luckily, they've posted another thing. They said, I found it. It must have animated yes in it, which was something that I forgot. So animated dot yes. So sometimes when our app does crash, we need to look at our warnings, because obviously those warnings may lead us to the solution of why our app has crashed. Now obviously in trying to find or start to find, this was a bit of a needle in a haystack. There were some frustrations, especially when it kept crashing, but definitely there's a really good feeling once I have this working, and I've been able to work it out for myself. It's a definitely